Welcome to our first edition of our Jacket Talk 2025-26. It has rolled around quick, and we're ready for football this Friday night as Lebanon goes to Webb City to face the Cardinals. Jacket Talk brought to you by Mercy, Heritage Bank, and also by Missouri Cooperage. I'm Kevin Stubblefield. We're joined today by Lebanon assistant coach Dalton Peers. It is game week, and it is getting serious, isn't it?
That's right, and it feels like it outside. It's been a great week of practice. I know that for the coaches, we were talking about it the other day. For us, it feels good, the weather, like we feel more energized and ready to go, but we've noticed it with the kids too. Like the weather is nice. When we get football weather, then you know. And it's nice that we are getting it week one, where in years past, we do not.
There were early requirements in August to address the heat. That's not unusual, but you had to change some practice times, didn't you?
We did. We had to go late for a few of our practices, and it was better. It was better. I mean, if we would have stuck with the normal practice time, well, number one, with the MSHA restrictions, if it gets to a certain level with the heat and the wet bulb, for those who don't know at home, our trainer monitors that, we would only be able to go outside and go for like an hour, and we wouldn't be able to condition, and we wouldn't even be able to wear any gear. And so at that point, it's kind of like, well, what are we getting out of this? And so especially before school started, being able to adjust those practice times and go later at night, it was a little bit easier. Now, when school got started, it made it a little bit more difficult. We had a couple of nights where we had to do the later practices, even though it was in school. But we made an effort to get the guys out of there. But I think they would agree if you asked them, the practice was way better just because of the temperatures and being able to focus a little bit better. Same for us as coaches. I mean, we feel that stuff too. And I'm trying not to complain or anything, but everybody feels it when it's 98 and 110% humidity.
Everyone is in the same boat as far as the summer routine, the number of days that you can get together and what you can do. And as we talk here on August 27th with the game coming up on Friday night, probably there's no one in the state that's really satisfied with where they are in relation to getting ready for that first game. But are you comfortable that things are trending in the right direction to play your first game?
Oh, for sure. I mean, we actually feel pretty good about our summer. You know, we started the summer like we do every year. We went to team camp. We went to Pitt State this year, which was a little different. We've been to Northwest the last few years, but we went to Pitt State this year, and it was really nice. Their coaching staff was really good. The facilities are really nice. I mean, they're a top-notch program, just like Northwest was. And we got good quality reps there against other opponents, not just ourselves. And that's one of the biggest goals when we go to team camp is we want to see other people, and we want to evaluate some guys that, you know, maybe we just don't know. They haven't seen varsity caliber yet. And so we want an opportunity to evaluate them against varsity caliber folks. We felt like we got that when we went to camp. And then we had our last bit of football towards the end of July this year, and we had a camp. It was probably the best attended that we've had in a long time, and we felt really good about it. We got a lot of stuff in during that week, and so we feel really good about the transition from the summer and then now these first few weeks of practice. Now, I think a lot of that has to do with we have a pretty experienced team. We have a lot of seniors, and I'm sure we'll talk about that, but we have a large senior class and a lot of guys that have been in the program for a while, and we've been doing the same stuff for a while. And so when you get into that program mindset of we're running the same stuff offensively and defensively, doing the same things on special teams, it just makes that transition into those first few weeks when we do have to go back to just the helmet only for a few days. And even though a few weeks before that, it was the summer and we could be in our helmet and shoulder pads, because we've been doing stuff, it just makes the transition easier. So we feel as a staff in a pretty good spot right now. Obviously, we can always get better, and that's the goal, but we feel pretty good for going into week one.
Pittsburgh, Kansas. Mm-hmm. It is a different state. But
Yes.
it is closer to Lebanon, Missouri than Maryville, Missouri.
Yes.
Did that allow some of the parents better access to go and attend some of the activities at team camp at Pitt State?
I think so. I feel like we had about the normal amount of parents that showed up and watched stuff, but I think it did make it for sure easier. I know, just myself, the last few years with the Northwest camp, I coach bass fishing, and that state championship has always fallen on that time that we're there. So it was definitely a lot easier getting over to Pittsburgh, Kansas from Stockton than it would have been going all the way to Maryville, Missouri. And I do think that it allowed a lot more of the parents to go over and enjoy that. And they got to see their campus. And again, that's one of the goals of the camp. We want the kids to see it. We want the parents to see it. We want them to get the experience of this is what it's going to be like going into college. You're going to stay in a dorm. You're going to have a roommate. This is how you're going to move across campus if you have this or that, and so on and so forth. And that's one of the big reasons why we like to go to the team camp too, so that they can see it and the parents can see it too, especially if we have kids that are talking about going and playing at the next level and maybe talking to some of those schools or looking at some of those schools. Well, it's just an opportunity for them to see what it's like there.
Coach C always appreciated the competition level at Northwest. Was it similar at Pitt State as far as the opponents?
Yes, it was very similar. There was some local opponents too, which we had local opponents from when we went to Maryville too, but Columbia Rockbridge was there. We had seen them at Maryville before. You know, they're coming off a district championship in Class 6. There was a couple of private schools there. I think one was from Oklahoma that was really, really good. So the level of competition was as good, or if not better, than we consistently see when we go to team camp. And there's different teams there trying to do different things. And I feel like everybody's trying to get different stuff out of team camp. Usually, Rockbridge may not have been trying to get the same stuff out of their team camp as we were, but I think for the most part, everybody is trying to get that look. They're trying to get the look for their kids to see other opponents so that they're not banging on the same guys that they've been banging on to start the summer. They get to see other varsity caliber kids, and we definitely got that. I mean, our kids got to experience it, both the old guys and the young guys too.
That's such a great tool for assessment and really kind of organizing the depth chart a little bit further, isn't it?
It is. I mean, like I mentioned, when we go as a staff, obviously we're evaluating everything, even kids that some people might assume, well, that kid was a starter last year, so they're automatically going to be a starter the next year. And that's not necessarily the case. I mean, we're evaluating everybody, and there's not a better way, at least in the summer, for us to really do that than having those kids go against other people. Because it's one thing to have our kids going against each other every day. And yeah, you get to see that. But when you get into the environment of being in a different place, being on a different playing surface, different stadium, there's a kid across from you that's not wearing Lebanon. They're wearing a different color, and they're competing, and the competitive juices get flowing, the pride and performance that we talk about, that it just changes things. And we want to see kids in that environment, because we know that if they're responding well in that environment, then Friday night should be an easy transition. And if maybe they're still struggling in some places, well, now we know what we need to work on with them, and they hopefully can see that too and know, all right, maybe I need to work on some things here and make sure I'm taking care of stuff so that I can get myself in a spot to be ready for Friday nights. And the best part about all of it is there's no scoreboard. We don't get any wins. We don't get any losses when we go to team camp. We just get to go compete, and that's the best part about it.
A lot of film, though.
Ton of film. And that is one of the great things about when we were at Maryville with Northwest, and Pitt State did the same thing. They filmed everything. So we got film from them literally after every session. And so after every session, we were able to pull up huddle as a staff and immediately see the film. that was really awesome for them to do that. Of course, it's not surprising that they would have that capability, but for them to be able to do that, it was really nice. And we had our own cameras there too, doing some film work, but to be able to access film as soon as each session was over and see with our own eyes how kids were doing as we transition from period to period, it was really helpful. So really helped us as we went into the rest of the summer.
Visiting with Lebanon assistant coach Dalton Peers on our first Jacket Talk, brought to you by Heritage Bank, also by Missouri Cooperage and by Mercy. Mentioned the experience factor for Lebanon this year, and it is above the norm, 20-plus seniors. It's always what you want to see, isn't it?
No doubt. Anytime you can have a large senior class, we're going to be pretty excited because everybody is a leader on the football field, but we tell our kids and we tell our seniors that we're only going to go as far as they want us to go. Every eye in the locker room is going to look to them because they're the guys, they're the seniors, they're the old guys. And so when we have a large group like that, it just sets a great example for the kids underneath to know that, look, you can do this. Like it doesn't have to be a small senior class every year. You know, we've got a great senior class that has moved all the way up through each level, and we've got guys that have their roles, and all of those guys play a role, just like everybody else does on the team, in making us what we want to be. And so it's nice to have that. And then, of course, when we get into practice, when we get into our game on Friday night and the games as the season goes on, having 23 seniors on the sideline or out on the field to lead those guys through the good stuff and the adversity, you can't ask for anything better.
Overall numbers went down for a few years. I think everybody was in the same boat there, but I believe they're trending back up now, aren't they?
They are. We had a lot of guys. We had a lot of guys over the summer that showed up, which was good. And then our numbers bumped up even more when we got to that first day. Some guys who had maybe not quite have been there yet. We've had some move-ins that have come in. So our varsity numbers right now are as good as they've been probably in the last few years, like you mentioned. I think everybody took a hit during COVID. You know, that we keep using it as an excuse, but it's just the reality. Everybody was struggling for a few years after that whole mess and trying to get everything built back up. But I think we're starting to see it in all of our sports. Those numbers are getting back where they need to be. And so we have some really good numbers right now. And of course, when you have a lot of numbers, it really helps in practice because when the numbers are down, it's hard to get that quality look that we want to get in practice because you only have so many guys, right? But when our numbers are up, we're able to rotate guys on the scout teams. We're able to keep guys fresh. And so we're able to get a good look for both sides of the ball. And you can kind of pull back from doing a lot of the ones-on-ones. You might hear some of the college teams, they have periods during the week where their number 1-0 will go against their number 1D. And they really try to limit that, obviously, at that level because of how good everybody is. But we try to do the same thing at the high school level too, because everybody knows that you're only a couple injuries away from now you're really having to move pieces on the depth chart and change some things. And so having those numbers has been really good this year because it's really helped in practice. So
second year in the Central Ozark Conference for the Yellow Jackets coming up. You traversed through last year in pretty good shape after a slow start. So you're in the routine now of facing good opponents. This is an outstanding league, isn't it?
It is. It's very good, and I feel like at least me personally, and I won't speak for the rest of the staff, but I feel like we're not really. It's not a complacent mindset. That's not where we're at. It's just it feels different in the sense that we, like you said, we know what to expect. Like we knew what to expect, but until you really dive into it and the lights come on and you're seeing it week in and week out, it's just different. I've been watching that Cowboys documentary on Netflix, and they talked about that with the Super Bowl. Until you experience the Super Bowl for the first time, like nobody can prepare you for it. And it's the same when you're moving into a new league with new opponents. you can't really describe it until you experience. I feel like our kids and the staff, we know what to expect now. And our expectations have always been high. We didn't change our expectations moving into this new conference. They're still where we've always wanted them to be. But we know what to expect, and we know that every week it's going to be a battle, and we have to be dialed in, and we have to be focused. We can't look ahead, and not that we ever looked ahead before in our old conference, but this conference, there's no way that you can say, well, this week we can dial in, but we can start to prep a little bit for next week. No, like I honestly, I couldn't even tell you who we're playing next week, Kevin. I don't know. I'd have to look at the schedule. It's Webb City. That has been the focus. So,
and that's all that's been circled on the calendar. It was last year, and it is now. Jackets have experience playing Webb City in the postseason, and last year 35-13 here at Jacket Stadium. That was a game that you take the turnovers out of the equation, -5. Much closer football game, but you don't. And Webb City was certainly a worthy opponent, and that's going to be the same in 2025, isn't it?
Exactly right. I mean, anytime we are -5 in the turnover game, it's usually not going to be a good outcome for the Jackets. And our kids know that, and we know that. And obviously we can throw all the excuses out there we want with, starting quarterback that is, finds out 3 days before he's starting. But I mean, we've been in that situation before as a program too. I was thinking about that the other day. I mean, you probably remember my sophomore year, Ryan Howerton, he was put in the same spot to start the season. And, he ended up taking the reins, and he improved every week, and he was our guy for the next couple of seasons. And Beckett has done the same thing. I mean, anybody that watched the games last year, if they don't think he improved week to week, I don't know what game they were watching, because by the end of the year, he was a different quarterback. But there's no doubt that we have to take care of the football against every opponent, but especially a quality opponent. There's just such a small margin of error in the game of football. And if you give anybody an inch, they're going to take a mile. And Webb City did that last year. I mean, we were in a tight ball game and had every opportunity to change the outcome of it if we take care of the football and do some different things in special teams and defensively too. It takes the whole crew to get it done. But yeah, we definitely understand that, we got to take care of the football. We got to be sound. We got to be clean. We got to be disciplined, and we got to execute the fundamentals, especially week 1, because there's going to be rust that everybody's trying to knock off. And so that's going to be a real key.
Lebanon football is very much respected now, not only locally but statewide. But I think the view of the Yellow Jackets as we get in close to this season, maybe a little skepticism because of Jax Glendenning moving on after 4 spectacular years. He's now at Harding University. But you always have to replace seniors from year to year, and no different here. Somebody else is going to have to take the reins and fill the void, aren't they? Exactly.
And I feel like at this point our fans and our community should kind of be used to that. I mean, we were spoiled with Jax being such a great player. I mean, he owns a lot of our records now, but at this point, everybody knows that all those guys leave at some point. They only get 4 years of high school football. And when it ends, and they're gone, and so it's on to the next group. And so everybody knew this was coming, but I think that the community and our fans, everybody should take comfort in knowing that we've been doing the same stuff for a while now. And so we have kids that are going to fill the void, multiple kids that are going to jump right in there, whether it's Braden Christian or Malachi Simmons or whoever it is that we put at B-back or slot, because that's the other thing too, is we lost kids on the defensive side of the ball as well that we're having to replace that maybe people aren't talking about. And so it's all across the board where we have to replace kids every year. And as coaches, we grow accustomed to that because we just know that's part of our job. We have to evaluate that stuff and make sure we have the next kids ready. But the kids know that too. Like all of the kids that are on this team knew that this year, 2025, Jax Lending was not going to be at Lebanon playing B-back. He was going to be somewhere else. He happens to be at Harding playing, getting to compete for a national championship, which is
a true freshman.
Really cool. Yes, as a true freshman, which is also not surprising and shouldn't be surprising to anybody. But the fact is we have to replace him, and we will. There'll be different guys out there on Friday night, and I think people can take comfort in knowing that we're going to be just fine. So at least I feel that way. I know that the kids feel that way, and I would implore Jacket Nation to feel that way too, because it's going to be a lot of fun this season. We're still going to run the football, and it's going to be awesome. So,
all right, good to visit with you, Coach. Appreciate it, and look forward to game number 1.
Yep, can't wait.
That's Dalton Peers joining us on Jacket Talk, brought to you by Heritage Bank, Missouri Cooperage, and by Mercy. We'll have more in just a moment.
At Heritage Bank, being a customer means more than banking.
How's it going, neighbor?
Hey, neighbor.
Oh, hi, neighbor.
It means being part of a community where your money
Good to see you, neighbor.
Nice to see you, neighbor.
and the decisions being made
Hey there, neighbor.
are where you are.
Hi, how can I help you, neighbor?
Because we're more than a bank. We're neighbors serving neighbors.
At Independent Stave Company, our mission is for our employees and our community to flourish. That means supporting Lebanon's people, businesses, and schools today and always. We're proud to call Lebanon home, and we're here to support our hometown every play, every game, and every season. Missouri Cooperage, where community and teamwork always win. Go Yellow Jackets!
Well, guys, Ramsey with Jacket Nation Sports, LEB TV, and we're sitting down today with
Mason Jones.
Yeah. See, here we go. We're just going to Google.
What do you want me to say?
Well, I mean, your name. You did that part, but it's like, it's not, it doesn't have to be so robotic. Like, hi, I'm Mason.
Oh, okay.
So you want to try that again?
Yeah. Hi, I'm Mason.
Okay, that's better. You got to make your family proud. So you got to, like, you want.
What, like?
And you are. Would you please say your name so everyone watching knows who you are?
Oh, yeah. My name's Rhett Rhodes.
See, that wasn't
yeah,
that hard,
yeah,
right?
no.
He smiled and he spoke up.
Oh, like you want me to go again?
Preferably, I'm assuming.
Hi, I'm Mason Jones.
All right, Mason, what position do you play?
Center.
Okay, center. That was strong, tough. You guys have said tough like 27 times before we started, so we're gonna call this episode tough.
TUFF.
TUFF,
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
TOUGH.
No.
We're not doing that.
Yeah.
Rhett,
I'm a kicker.
you're a kicker.
Yep.
First time we've had a kicker on Jacket Talk.
Sure.
So, how is that? Tell me, life kicking. What's it like? Tell me.
It's super easy. You know, I practice.
Okay.
I'm like, it's like a vacation almost. I watch everybody sweating and trying not to die, and then I'm just over here
Doing your
stretching.
thing.
Yeah.
Stretching. You
Yeah.
did a lot of stretching.
A lot of stretching. Coach, she said I can't kick too many times in practice or I'll kill my legs. So then I'm just do like 10 kicks and 10 like field goals, 10 punts, 10 kickoffs, and I go take a hiatus.
And just kind of standing around.
Yeah.
Is it you jealous?
Yeah, it sucks.
It's a common conversation. People are like, right, you're so lucky.
Like when we get to defense, I get to admire Rhett while I'm standing on the sideline, basically.
You're just hanging out, right?
Yeah, me and Brian, the trainer, we have lots of good convos.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Good buddies. You ride around on the golf cart a little bit, maybe?
No trips on the golf cart, but talk about hunting, fishing, everything like that.
All right. So hunting and fishing, that's one of your things?
Mainly hunting, but I do go fishing every once in a while.
What do you hunt for?
I like turkey and deers primarily, but I'll go with my grandpa. I'll go raccoon hunting sometimes.
Bow or rifle?
I'm gonna try and go bow hunt this year, but primarily rifle.
Rifle. So like you get that 1 week a year that everybody looks forward to because that's all it is, right? A week or 10 days.
Yeah, you get a lot of time.
Rifle season's like, I think it's like a month.
Yeah, and then there's doe season, and then if you're real tough, you can go hunt with black rifle.
Yeah,
or black
loader.
powder. Yeah.
Is Mason tough enough to hunt?
No, not black powder, but he could probably go with like a.
Are you a hunter?
I'm more of a rifle kind of guy.
Yeah.
No, I'm not like black powder or nothing.
Well, I know you're a big Mizzou fan, so do you have time to even hunt in between Mizzou games?
I mean, last year I don't think I went to any games. I think this year I'm for sure going to go to the Mizzou KU game. I don't know about any of the other ones, but I'll for sure be at that one.
It's going to be a big one, huh?
I'm ready for it.
So Rhett's a hunter, sometimes a fisher, always a lazy guy. What do you do?
I'm fishing most of the time in my off time. If I'm not at football, I'm probably fishing.
All right.
Like to go like trout fishing down at Bennett.
Okay.
I don't do that often. I mostly go like down to Bagnell. Like going down there for catfish, stuff like that.
What's the biggest fish you ever caught? Don't lie.
It was like a 10-pound channel cat.
So it was like a 4-pound.
No, it was 10.
It was a bluegill.
Yeah,
it's a bluegill.
Caught in the creek.
Caught it in the creek.
I was with a buddy one time at Haha Tonkin. He caught a 16-pound striped bass. That's the biggest one I've been.
They fight.
Those are fun. I like catching those, but I've never caught one that big. So
gotcha. So we're hunters and we're fishers. We're seniors, right?
Yeah, yes, correct. Yeah.
Obviously, just senior year just started. How are you handling the no cell phones?
I don't think it's that bad, honestly.
No, you get a lot of work done.
Yeah. You get a lot of work done, really.
When you're not taking TikTok breaks every other 30 minutes.
Right. But it's overall good.
Yeah, it's the biggest part that I like about it is like we can't be on it. And so most of the teachers are like, they don't want us to like get mad that they're on theirs. So most of them try to stay off theirs too.
Group effort.
Yeah. I'd say that's one thing that helps me stay off mine.
Yeah. And there's a lot more like talking with everybody.
Right.
Feels like there's less drama because things don't spread like wildfire.
Right. Yeah. So are you seeing that like in the halls, like a little more?
Yeah, it's very loud.
Very loud. I think Coach Pierce mentioned something about lunch being really loud. Yeah. So that's kind of cool. So, all right. So we're a week-ish in. We're almost ready to kind of kick things off. But one thing I want to chat with you guys about, senior retreat. It just happened. So I know you guys played putt-putt. Who was the best putt-putt?
Coach C.
Coach C. I think he had the best. I mean, I don't know about on every other card, but he was on me and Rhett's card, and he beat all of us. I know. So
did you guys let him win?
No.
Why not?
Dude, I was trying. I got 2 holes in ones, and he still beat me.
Gotcha. What did he do that was so good? Was he
short game?
Super analytical?
He was more locked in than I was. I was just kind of like, if there was like a little hill or something, I'd just send my ball up the hill, like launch it. But
he also has that course experience. This was his 23rd year, I think, going to the golf course.
He's been on that golf course for a couple years now.
So let's dive into that though a little bit, because senior retreat has gained momentum and gotten bigger and kind of something different every year, or maybe different within the same sort of thing. How are you guys, like, from a standpoint of players and students, like, do you look forward to that? Like, is it something that's up there, and do you put a lot of stock in it and a lot of weight into what that experience means? That's kind of a deep question, but I think it's a cool program that we do, and I think it's something that needs to be highlighted a little more.
I know, like, me personally, like, building up to it, it wasn't, like, something crazy important, but, like, once we got there and, like, once we got like into the dorm or not dorm, hotel after like we got home from putt-putt and ice cream, I know our group, we stayed up pretty late just to kind of like soak it in. Like, we're not going to get much more of this.
Right.
So, I mean, I'd say, it was something big that we got to experience for the year.
Right.
Yeah, I'd agree. I mean, I didn't really know what all to expect. Like the weekend, like I knew we went putt-putt and I knew we went to Golden Corral. I didn't know it was an overnight thing. And so
how did you just miss that part of?
Well, like we got like our little itinerary at the beginning of the week.
That itinerary probably said like,
no, yeah.
come home the next day.
Once I learned that, once I learned, I was like pretty excited once I learned that. And it was like he said, we were in the same room and we were just kind of like, half of what we talked about was just like, dang, this is really like our last year. We gotta do everything, you know, whether it's at school or at football, I got to put everything out there.
Gotcha. So it's a cool experience. It's something to always cherish. I know, possibly some students, myself, adults, we all like don't really factor and think about the moments and that they're gone potentially. So it's cool to see you guys get to have that, because the other experiences that you have in that sort of environment, leaving home, dorm room, team camp, that sort of thing, that's a different mentality than senior retreat, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot more laid back at senior retreat. Coach C was a completely different person.
Mm-hmm. Right?
Yeah.
Good to see all of that kind of blend together, I'm sure. Yeah. So senior year, got through senior retreat, we've got through fall camp, got through team camps in the summer. Is the mindset shifting? Is it in game mode locked in now, or are we still kind of where are we at in that?
I'd say for me, I mean, it's go time. First game coming up. It's just time to go.
Right.
Yeah, I feel like the general consensus since the summer stuff started, especially from like coaches and some more of the leaders, has just been we're going. Like, it's time to go. We got to start. You know, since the beginning of the summer, we've been going. We're still going, and we're probably still going to be going till hopefully December.
Right. Has preparation for you guys personally been different as seniors than it was as juniors? Have you seen that progression too? Have you changed the way you've done things?
Yeah, I mean, as seniors, we got to step up. We got to be leaders. Got to make sure everybody's doing what they're supposed to be doing in practice. Like over the summer in weight training, we had to make sure that everybody was getting their sets, getting everything done right. So yeah, I'd say, I mean, we had to step up as leaders. So that's one of the biggest changes I've had from junior to senior year.
Right. Rhett.
Yeah. Well, just like mentality wise, like the senior leader thing, it's been big because we've been blessed since we were sophomores. We've had great senior leaders. And so it's been easy to kind of just follow. But now that we're in a position where we need to lead, we're really getting to really put back into the program what we've received.
So can you remember, I don't know, 6th grade youth football years and looking up at that time, we're probably talking, who were some standout seniors or upperclassmen that you remember from youth football and guys you looked up to?
I always remember hearing, John Barry with the carry. I mean, you heard that probably 20 times a game.
At least.
Yeah. Right. I mean, that was one of the big ones. I remember like going into freshman year. I mean, I know that's a long ways from 6th grade, but like Cade Musha, that was a big one I looked up to.
Musica.
Yeah.
Musica.
Yeah. I don't know. I'd say like John Barry was one of the ones I can remember.
Right.
Yeah, I know. So I didn't start playing until 7th grade, but I just remember 7th and 8th, everybody's talking about Tristan Wilson, obviously one of the best players to ever come through Lebanon. But then, yeah, I just remember, especially freshman year and like kind of the years before, it's like Gavin Smith, right. Bart, Cade Musha, just a lot of, and Gunner.
Right. Is it a little surreal now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looking back.
Like it feels like yesterday, right?
Yeah.
Feels like yesterday and feels like a million years ago all at the same time. It's like sometimes I'll just be like thinking it's like, oh yeah, we got Bart at slot. No, we don't.
Right. It changes. I think Dalton talked with Kevin about that, and and Coach C has talked about it, and next man up, new class. How have you guys managed to, as a class, because I think it should be highlighted, and we'll talk to the other guys about it, but there's 23 of you this year. So we haven't seen that recently. So what do you think has kind of held that group together and made it happen?
I mean, we've grown up together for the most part. We're all really good friends. I I mean, none of us really ever have had any problems with each other. I mean, every now and then, you know, we get that little altercation, but I'd say, yeah, just like growing up together is one of the biggest parts of what's kept us together for so long.
Right.
I also just think for the longest time, the coaches have just put in our head, we can do great things as long as you stick together. Because really what this class's strength is we don't have a Jack Glendinning just at the top. But what we do have is we're probably one of the deepest classes that this program's seen in a long time.
Right.
And so just we're able to do so much with all of our talent that if we lost one guy, you know, we're not as much of a great class as we are.
Gotcha. So it's going to be an exciting year. It's going to be fun. It's going to be over before you know it. So we can't not have the conversation. Any idea of plans after high school?
I'd say for me personally, I was wanting some college, you know, but that's kind of shifted out of my mindset. And I'm thinking maybe start my own business or something, stay local.
Right.
I don't know.
Gotcha. Rhett.
Yeah, so I'm kind of keeping my plans open because I've received interest in both football and track.
Okay.
Probably more from track, but I still would like playing college football is always the dream.
Right.
And so I'd love to do that. So Ike Evangel and Mid-America have both programs that I've looked at, but we'll just see what the Lord has in plan and what ends up happening.
Do you think you might actually have to work a little harder at college than you do in high school?
Actually, it might be less because whenever we were up at Northwest, we were talking to their long snapper, and he said that most of the time during practice, he just runs the chains.
Okay. All right.
And I've seen lots of like college kickers and punters talk about how they just play ping pong during practice sometimes. So I don't know what to expect. I might be working harder than any of them are right now. I don't really know.
Gotcha.
We'll see.
So we always do this too. We want to talk. Anybody you guys want to thank? I know parents make this sort of thing happen. So anybody you want to thank, appreciate, tell them you love them.
Yeah, I'll start. My dad, he takes a lot of time out of his schedule to take me to camps or trainings and whatnot during the summer and during the school year. And most of the time they aren't cheap either. So I'm just really blessed to have a dad and mom because she helps with all that kind of stuff too. But just to help me to become the best athlete I can be.
Gotcha. Mason?
I'd say I'm also the same way. My dad, he also took a lot of the time this summer. We went to quite a few camps. Like I attended UCM. I mean, that's not a close drive, so I just want to thank him for taking his time out of the weeks to take me there. I also want to thank my mom. She's probably been my biggest supporter through high school football because, I mean, stuff like this, I mean, you can always have a down day, and she's one of those ones I can go to, and she picks me right back up. So I just want to thank her as well.
Awesome. All right, so just a few more fun little questions here just to get to know you guys a little bit better. Favorite movie?
Ooh, I'd just have to say The Sandlot probably.
Okay, Rhett?
I'm a big DreamWorks guy. I'm a big Kung Fu Panda and How to Train Your Dragon guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't believe I'd have told that, but that's all right. No, those aren't bad. I don't think I've actually ever seen. I've seen clips, but I've never seen.
Oh, they're great. You got to watch them.
All right, I can do that.
I often get compared to Kung Fu Panda, so that's one of my favorite movies too. I mean, hey, it's not a bad comparison. So
The Dragon Warrior.
Yeah,
The Dragon Warrior. All right. What's your go-to song right now?
Ooh.
Rhett, well, he's...
Yeah, I know.
So I don't really have like a go-to song, but just really like anytime I'm in the car, I just be turning on Forrest Frank.
Okay, Forrest Frank.
Yeah.
All right.
I think, yeah, I'm also the same way. I like to just like anything worship. I love worship music, especially like in the morning going to school. That's a great way to start my day is some worship music. And then anything by like Treaty Oak Revival, stuff like that.
Fair. You get one meal, whatever you want, where you want, how you want it. What are you going with?
Chicken Parmesan.
My grandma makes some mean cashew chicken.
Okay.
Yeah. Some fried rice is super good.
So we got chicken Parmesan and cashew chicken.
Yep.
I don't know how you got like steak, hamburger, red meat, like nothing.
Oh, I mean, what's yours?
I mean,
mine. I'm going chips and salsa.
You're gonna make fun of us.
Chips and salsa. Like I'm good.
What about chips and queso?
Oh, yeah, I can do that too.
No red meat.
Oh yeah. Well, now you got to put me on the spot.
Yeah.
No, if I had like tacos, like I can just always get down on some tacos. That's where I probably go. So and then you get chips and salsa too. So my answer would be tacos. But like flour tortillas, you guys like corn tortillas? I don't.
If I'm eating a taco, I might go for a corn tortilla, but like I'm more of a burrito guy, so I like the flour.
I prefer a burrito.
All right, and then we had some fun last year with the guys. Give us a book you've read.
All the Diary of a Wimpy Kid books.
All the diary, like recently? Or
no, not recently.
Okay.
I haven't read a book since 6th grade, probably.
All right.
I mean, completed a book.
Yeah. So you've read, you just haven't completed. All right, fair, Rhett.
I completed, well, I don't read really, but I'll like audiobooks.
Okay.
I completed all the Harry Potter books this summer while I'm working or something like that.
All right, working. What'd you do this summer?
So I do lawns.
Okay.
So I do my house and my grandpa's house and then some other people from my church.
All right, cool. And then any last thoughts, any final things you want to say prior to the start of senior year football?
Let's have some fun, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean,
one game at a time. Don't want to wish any away. Each game is our last. So
right.
Just looking forward to having lots of fun with these people that I've grown up with.
Awesome. Rhett, Mason, thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Do you guys know how we end these?
Nada.
So that means you didn't watch all last year.
I couldn't find them. I was looking for them.
That's a story for another day. But we always just say go Jackets. So on 3, we're going to say it, right? And you got to say it together. 1, 2, 3.
Go Jackets.
All right, fair.